Look at this. Anker is a project information model. So a lot of the functionality that we build is for making projects work great. But sometimes you need to move stuff from projects to other projects. And sometimes when you start new projects, the model is empty. Like you got elements and properties from your different BIM files that are connected with the project information model, but you don't have any validations, you don't have any populations, you don't have any algorithms that are creating the data. Sometimes that's difficult because every company has different standards and every project has different standards, but sometimes those standards are the same. So we've built functionality that very recently that is quite neat for kickstarting projects and getting configurations inside an Anker project immediately. So I'll show you an example now that does this for uniclass classification, but I've done the same thing for uniformat, for omniclass, for the Norwegian standard that people use for classification systems in some projects. And the example is the same. So what I'll do is I'll show you what this is. I have a project here. It's a project. This is the Microsoft and PwC headquarters in Oslo project from A-Lab, one of our wonderful favorite clients. I've got that project information model in Anker. It has files, it has tables, it has validations, even some automations, but there's very, very little content in the population area. And this is normally what a project would look like for when you start it in Anker. And a lot of people are struggling with understanding what to do when they come into Anker. So we built this cool thing. Stay with me, I'll show you how it works. So I have set up inside of Anker, my organization Anker, a couple of different template projects that have 0 files, but population cards in them. So if we go into the uniclass template that I've set up together with my team, my colleague, wonderful, great customer success manager, Erik, has created a bunch of uniclass classification cards that use different filters, like this for doors, for instance. It filters based on doors and it filters types, and it gives the uniclass as a description and code to all elements of that category and type. So we've done the same thing for windows in this like simple example that I show here. Ramps, you got stairs, you got external walls, internal walls, and so on. And then I maintain those together with Erik in that project. And whenever something changes or I start a new project, what I'll do is I'll go into my Euphemia project and I'll go population. And then there's a wonderful blue button there that I'm sure you've tried clicking before, and it's great. It's quite simple. It does exactly what it says it's supposed to do. I click it, and then I'm able to go and select a different project. I'm going to do then to go obviously to the uniclass template that I've created, and then select all those cards from that project. And it actually copies over parameters. So if these cards are using parameters that are not available in your current project, we'll actually create that. So everything should work perfectly. Click submit and boom. Wow. I haven't counted them, but that's quite a lot of population cards that are now put into your Anker project. What I'm going to do then, I can either execute these manually, or I can go and create an automation for uniclass and then start adding these populations in sequence for automation, or I can go and just execute them like this. Ceilings, click populate, doors, populate, external ramps, and so on. Let me just finish this, and then that was the last one. And they actually are almost as fast as I can click in Chrome, that's pretty cool. So all of them should actually have been written now. You can go and check one. Like this ran 40 seconds ago. This ran 7 seconds ago. And the last one, Windows, it ran 8 seconds ago. Okay, cool. We can go and do a quality check. I have a table for this uniclass classification. All the different types across all the 5 different Revit files that we have on this project. We've found all the different categories, all the types, and then written that data to those elements. And then if you set this up with an automation, that is going to be great. But the bottom line here is that you can start very quickly generating content in your project information model. Now, to move to the grand finale, and you can expect to see this example in a lot of the videos that I'm creating in the next couple of weeks. I want to write that data back to Revit because I have a Revit file and it's sadly empty of data. It's a question that we can discuss. Should that data be inside of Revit, or should it just go to the IFC file or somewhere else? I don't know. I got the uniform data here, but there's no uni class and no omni class, no TFM data or anything. So what I'll do is that I'll go into my project settings, go to the parameter export that I now love, and then select the unit class configuration. A unit class configuration, it does a very simple thing. It takes this Revit file, opens it in Autodesk Construction Cloud, and then uses the Anker app in ACC and writes those parameter values to those parameters. But today, to be a little bit crazy, let us select one more file because I've got a facade model with exterior walls and windows in it. So let's see if that works with 2 files. I'm going to click export and then see you very soon. Boom, done. Now, let's go into Revit and see if the data that we had in the Anker table is inside of Revit. I'm moving into the Revit file. This is plan 6. I'm clicking on a wall. There's no data here. I got uniformat here actually from a few days ago, but there's no data in the unit class. So I'm going to do a reload latest and then fold my hands and pray that this works. Yay! Oh man, I get way too excited about that. I even added a color filter just for your pleasure. Now let's just do the grand finale at the end. And then see if the same thing happened to the facade model. I'm going to reload that facade model, and that should actually reload the central model. Let's see if this is working. I hope it. I don't want to. Oh, yes, it did. So we got blue facade models, is exterior walls, interior walls. They all got the classification systems from Uniclass. And the point here really was to show you that it's like click. You can do it in less than 5 seconds. Copy those population cards from a template project and get kickstarted in Anker immediately. Now go and create that trial account. I'll put the link in somewhere in this post, and then start your free trial and test this out together with us.